everybody, thank you so much for checking out this video. This is a mini version of the 5. So if you've seen the 5 videos on this channel before, there are 5 questions, 5 films per question. This is a Criterion edition, and it's going to be shrunk down. So it's the same, pretty much the same 5 questions, only with 1 Criterion film per question. And on this video, I get to talk to my friend Tim from Tim Talks Talkies. How's it going, man?
It's going good. I'm ready for the 5. We got a nice stack of 5 Criterion here. I'm pumped.
Yes, friends, you should check out. Tim and I did the long version of the 5, and you should absolutely check out that episode because you'll get 25 great film recommendations. On this one, you're going to get 5 great Criterion film recommendations. So, are you looking forward to the sale?
Oh, heck yeah. I've got maybe 10 on my list right now. Probably going to get like 5.
Nice.
But I'm definitely getting Hopscotch, though. You've talked about that one, and
I love
you can't go wrong with Walter Matthau. He's great.
No, never. Yeah, it's for me. It's Walter Matthau. It's just fun, start to finish, and the artwork on it. If you love artwork for Criterion films, is amazing.
Yeah, it is.
So yeah. Now, on your list, is it pretty varied, or do you have like specific eras or directors or actors you're looking for?
It's pretty varied. I basically went on Criterion's site and just started scrolling down. Like, I don't have that. That looks good. I don't have that. That looks good.
What's crazy to me with Criterion is I have spent hours and hours on their site, like scrolling, and I even go into like my favorite decades. I've watched, I don't know, or I've read, I don't know how many of their like, celebrities or directors, actors, their lists. I've watched, I think, all of the Criterion Closet videos, and I watch countless YouTuber videos on Criterion. And for some reason, when I go to their site, I'm still finding stuff like that I never saw before. So anyway,
it happens to me too. I'll be looking on the list of like, I never saw this before, and this has never been in my store before. So yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes it's not even like it's a new release, like it just came out. It's like an early spine number. And it's like, how did I not know this? But yeah.
Which is one of the great things with Criterion, early spine numbers, a lot of them are still available. Like, I love that Criterion, for the most part, doesn't go out of print. I love that.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool, man. Well, I'm looking forward to hearing your 5. I have my paper to continue writing your titles down that you tell me to check out. Because, you, Stephanie, it's pretty much whatever you 2 recommend to me, I watch or I buy, and it's going to be good. I know it. So yeah, I'm excited, man. So you ready for the 5 questions?
I am.
Awesome. All right. First question. What Criterion film have you most recently seen?
So this was a rewatch, but I rewatched because it is a great movie. It is called The Player. This is a Robert Altman movie. Tim Robbins is the star. If you're a fan of Hollywood in general, just the whole idea of production of movies and stuff, it's a really cool behind the scenes of a producer, but it is him committing murder accidentally, but him committing murder and trying to get away with it. Okay. It is a really fun time. Support cast, you have like Whoopi Goldberg and Dean Stockwell and Fred Ward. Like, it's really good people in the supporting cast. It's just, it pretty much shows rich people can get away with anything type of movie.
Yeah.
It's a blast. It's a total fun movie. You just have a smile on your face and a lot of like WTF type moments. It's a good time. Really, really good time.
And what year did that one come out in?
It is 1992.
92. Wow. I have not heard that one or seen it. So it's on my list now.
Tim Robbins is so good. He could pull off the comedic parts, but he's so great with drama too. I mean,
he is.
You could watch something like Shawshank where he's amazing in drama. And then I could watch something like Nothing to Lose with him and
Lawrence.
Which it's a blast. That movie is so much fun. So yeah, Tim Robbins could pull off comedy and drama perfectly.
He can. I've never heard of that one. I got to go check out the trailer later. Second question. What is the first Criterion film either you watched or that you purchased?
All right. So Thief. I don't know if this is the first. It's one of the early ones I remember. Whenever I only started collecting Criterion, really, I don't even know, 4 or 5 years ago, maybe somewhere in there. This is one of the early ones I remember. Thief is great. It is so dang good. When it comes to the mob-ish type movies and stuff, this one doesn't really get a lot of credit. Even with James Caan, this one's not talked about as much. So I really dig this one. I dig it enough that I bought a copy on Amazon and sent it to Ken when shortly after James Caan passed, because I'm like, dude, you have to see this movie. It is so freaking good. His character is badass. It's a simple plot of robbery. You got the mob involved. It's a cool movie. I dig it a lot. Soundtrack is awesome. Cool. So good.
It's one of those films for me that it'll climb up my list. Like after a sale, after I purchase a bunch, it climbs up my list. And then a bunch of other films get stacked on top of it and it gets bumped down. And it's never quite reached. I'm going to buy those, but I will admit, I typically end up buying 30s through the 50s films, but that is on my list of I'm aware of.
81, so you can add to your small 80s pile.
That's hilarious. Yes, I need to check that one out. It is James Caan. I gotta watch it. Cool. So great pick. Third question: what Criterion film has had the greatest impact on you emotionally, worldview, life perspective?
So a lot of times documentaries are what you think of for this. I was a massive skateboarder back when I was like 13, 14, 15, huge into skateboarding, which is the reason I checked this out. Like, hey, there's skaters on the cover, and that's what the trailer shows. But this movie gets so much deeper than skateboarding that skateboarding almost becomes like the surface gloss if you look at it like, oh, it's people skateboarding. But no, this is friends. And the director documented him and his friends growing up. And it's more so about, what does it mean to be a man? What does it mean to be growing up in this time? And what is masculinity? You know what I mean? Like, it is a really surprisingly deep documentary. The one friend has quite a bit of trouble, and you see just his progression and knowing like this is all real. Like this, it's kind of a rough watch at time, but it's amazing. It's amazing that the main one, what's his name? Bing. I'm terrible pronouncing names. Liu.
Okay.
But it's amazing that he thought to document years of him and his friend's life.
Wow. And
put it into film. It's incredible. This was nominated for Best Documentary at the Academy Awards. It is fantastic. It made me really think. Like I said, I went in for skateboarding, and skateboarding was like not even a thought when the documentary's over.
That's really cool. And what year did that come out in?
It's recent. It is 2018.
Oh, wow. Interesting. Yeah. Another one I need to check out. 3 for 3 so far in films I don't have. So nice. All right. The fourth question. What Criterion film do you consider to be not necessarily underrated, because if they're on the Criterion label, they're probably not underrated film, but maybe one that people don't talk about enough that you think should be talked about more?
Okay. So I feel like this gets most of the talk because I keep talking about it. You know, not saying influence. I'm just saying I feel like I'm one of the few people talking about it. I should say it like that. Smooth Talk.
Okay.
This is early Laura Dern. It's Treat Williams. It's 1985. This is a story. It's a mother-daughter relationship movie, and the daughter coming into her own with her sexuality, trying to, venture out of the house and meet boys. She's around like 15 years old. It's such the 80s vibe. It is a killer soundtrack, which is not done by James Taylor, but James Taylor was the musical director of the movie. So you got to hand pick everything.
Wow.
And it's a wonderful movie. And Treat Williams' character, I'm not going to give anything away, but he is a dark, deep, or God, I'm mixing up words. He's a secretive character, I should say. Like, you don't really know anything about him. By the end, you still don't know anything about him. He's this creepy guy. I don't even know how to put him into words. Really great movie, though. Seriously, the soundtrack is great. This is packed with special features, absolutely loaded with special features, which I love. Love that artwork.
Yeah.
But yeah, Laura Dern always nails it, and this is fantastic. This does not
Cool.
get talked about near enough.
Everything inside of me wanted you to say summertime.
Summertime.
There it is. Friends, I don't know which order these videos are going to come out. Tim and I have actually done a couple of these now, and we just talked about summertime, and he is a huge fan and promotes that film. And so I didn't even think about it till the question came out of my mouth that it would have been hilarious if that was the ones.
That actually would. Yep, I rescind smooth talk and say summertime.
Folks, change your list. Change your list. That's awesome, man. Cool. Well, the last question. What Criterion film brings you the most joy, hope, laughter, puts a smile on your face?
So when it comes to joy and laughter and all that, one of my favorite directors that we did not get near enough of is John Hughes. We did not get enough John Hughes. How could you not have a blast with The Breakfast Club? What an all-time classic. I just bought this Criterion, shockingly. I've had the movie already multiple times, and that's why I kept pushing off the Criterion. And I finally, the last sale, was like, you know what, dang it, I'm getting the Criterion.
Yeah.
So I finally got it at least. But how could you go wrong with Breakfast Club? You know, it's such a great movie. Killer cast. This movie is so influential. How many times has the whole detention crew type thing happened before in movies since?
Yeah.
This is super influential, but great movie. Gosh, I wish we had more John Hughes.
Yeah. That's a great list, man.
Thank you.
Great list. Great recommendations.
I could keep going with the whole bunch more, it feels like.
Well, I know everyone who is watching this, who is a huge Criterion fan, all they want to know is every single title that you have on those shelves. Yeah.
Unfortunately, they're not in any order whatsoever. None.
You don't do the numbers.
I don't do the numbers, and I haven't gotten alphabetical yet because.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, well, it's because all of these collections are small enough where it doesn't take me too long to find a title. So I guess I never really got into it. But I had people I put up a video pretty recently of putting like a movie title in with Screen Factory. And because the stuff wasn't in alphabetical, I got like down votes and people like mad at me for not having it in alphabetical. I was like, this is pretty funny because it's my collection. I'm not asking you to come to my house and look for it.
That's amazing.
But yeah, so if anyone wants to pause and look at my unalphabetical collection, go for it.
My library books and CD that tower spins around. I'm just obsessively. It's got to be. So my books are weird. A lot of it's by author, and it's got to be in the order in which it was written, and then my music is all alphabetical. And then within the alphabetical, like if whatever band it is, the Foo Fighters, all of those albums have to be in, like, if not, it's just like, and I worked at this one place years ago, and the office administrator, I had my library at that time was probably about 4 or 5 of those bookshelves around my office. And she knew that if she could come in my office before I arrived, if she like pulled a book out and just put it upside down, I can just walk into the room and I feel it. And I can find it, and I have to flip it, and I'd come out and go, "You did it again, didn't you?" And she just knew, like, I'm just so obsessive about it. That's all you got to do is flip one around, and I can feel it when I walk in the room.
Yeah, I've never really been. I don't know. Even my the rest of the regular collection isn't alphabetical, but loose alphabetical. So just A's are together, B's are together. That's about the extent of alphabetical you'll get from me.
Sure. It's pretty fun though, isn't it, to see all the different collectors out there and how they do it. Like I used to have my Criterion mixed in the rest of my collection. So it was just one collection, all alphabetical. And then once I started collecting more Criterion, I was like, oh man, I kind of want to see all of them together with their spines. And so I did pull them. That's the only thing I've pulled. Everything else is mixed in. But yeah, those are pulled now.
Yeah, it is. It's really fun watching how everybody does it differently, because even I mix in 4Ks. Some people take 4Ks out.
That's right.
I separate steelbooks. Some people put steelbooks in with the rest. So
Okay.
everyone has their own complete way, and it's pretty cool. I love watching room tours and seeing what people do differently.
It is. And there is some that I'm just like, I can't understand. Like, and again, it's just depending on your personality. Where there's some where I'm like, I couldn't do it. I couldn't be in that room with it like that. But yeah, so everybody is really cool.
I've actually seen people do it by genre, and I tried it, and it's too hard. But
Yeah.
it makes sense to me, but it's too hard. So many movies straddles different genres, and I couldn't do it.
The one I almost did it a couple of times, and then I had to back out. I couldn't do it. Is by date. I wanted to go and just go by date and go all the way to the new, because I thought it'd be so fascinating to just physically be able to look at this like evolution of film and to see where it goes. But I've got like, the Karate Kid 4K set, so I don't want to break it up. It's in a nice box, so I don't want to put them in the deck where they should be. The Rocky, I have all of those in one Blu-ray box set. I don't want to break those up. You know what I mean? So, so I ended up not doing it, but I would love to, if I had individual releases of everything, do it by dates. Just watch the evolution of film happen.
That'd be pretty cool, actually.
But yeah. So anyway, once we get our Rockies on 4K, then maybe I'll try it. So
soon.
I know. I'm excited about it. Well, Tim, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate you sharing these recommendations, and I hope you have a great time during the sale. You get to pick up the stuff you're looking to get.
Yeah, I'm excited. Definitely picking up that Infernal Affairs trilogy. Definitely grabbing that.
Nice. It is one of those times. There's a couple of box sets where I haven't pulled the trigger on that I am interested in. So we'll see. Maybe the sale. We'll see.
That's the only time to get the box sets, is during the sales.
Absolutely, man. It is far too expensive to get them when they're not on sale.
Yeah.
But cool, man. Well, thank you so much, Tim. And friends, check out Tim's channel. He always has great content on there. And I look forward to seeing what you haul during this sale, man.
Thanks. And check out Summertime, people.
Ladies and gentlemen, this episode of The Five was brought to you by the film Summertime, starring Katharine Hepburn. Cool, man. Well, have a good night, Tim.
Yeah, thanks. Bye.
Take care.